Hello, all. Welcome to the final unit on effective technical communication, and this is the fifth unit, which is the last unit. And in this unit, we will be doing information transfer, that is, transfer of uh, information from verbal to non-verbal and non-verbal to verbal, and we will also look at the important aspects of visual and oral presentation. Right. So the thing is, you ask questions mainly on information transfer. What they do is that they present you with a non-verbal mode of data, okay, where they depict data in non-verbal mode, and you have to transform them into a written paragraph, right? So that is your, information transfer from uh, non-verbal to verbal mode of communication. Now the thing is, uh, basically what happens is that when you are being taught or when you are asked to convert or transform information from non-verbal to verbal, basically your ability to use vocabulary, or your ability to depict information verbally, you know uh, your ability to depict data verbally with perfect eloquence and fluency is something that is tested. Okay, how good you are in verbally uh, communicating whatever is given non-verbally. Okay, how good you are at you know depicting information through words. Okay, because communication, I mean, verbal communication is extremely important these days, because we mainly communicate through non-verbal communication, I mean, non-verbal modes of communication in our workplaces. But it is also equally important to transform those information, non-verbal modes of information, into verbal modes of information, right? Where you are easy, where you are able to understand what is being depicted in a graph or in a pictogram or whatever. Okay, so let us take a look at what are the non-verbal modes of communication. Okay, so the first that you have is your maps. Now maps, you know what a map is. Okay, so they are representations on a plane surface of the part of the earth, continents, countries, cities, villages, small areas, and even buildings. So, of course, we know the map of India. We have, I mean, the map of the world. We have done it during our younger years, right? So, what we do is that we know, I mean, it's like a graphical representation of the globe, because it is not feasible for you to, you know, it is not feasible for you to visit every corner of the globe. So, it is like a graphical representation on paper. And moreover, these days you have GPS, right? That is the map service provided by Google. And if you cannot, if you are lost, if you have lost your direction or lost your way in the city, lost your way around the city, then of course you resort to Google Maps to find out the exact location of where you want to visit, or the exact location of your destination, right? So that is mainly how your Google Maps work. Okay. So, and that is how your maps work. Because when you see Google Maps, when you ask somebody where a particular place is located, that person will verbally tell you that it is located here, there, here, there. But Google Maps actually gives you a graphical representation of where you are located, the bend of the roads, the landmarks, and everything, and you can understand very easily where you have to go. So it becomes easy to navigate, right? The next that you have is graphs. Okay, so there are different kinds of graphs, like bar graph, line graph, and pie chart. Of course, you know what they are, because you have to use graphs even in your engineering level. So at a very basic level, graphs are given as in the form of a graphical representation, right? Then you have tree diagrams, which begin with a keyword and which are connected to other words below, and then those are further connected by a number of arrows till a final level is reached. Okay. Then comes pictograms, where figures, okay, bars or figures are represented in the form of pictures. Okay. So the diagrams that you had to perhaps study during your younger years for your biology, like the diagram of the heart, the diagram of the kidney, those are all pictograms, because they are visual, or a diagrammatical representation of how certain organs in our bodies look like, right? So, what you have to do is that these different forms of non-verbal communication will be given to you in your question paper, and you will have to transform them into verbal modes of communication. Okay, so this is how it is done. The PDF has got examples of how you can convert non-verbal to verbal and verbal to non-verbal. Verbal to non-verbal is, of course, there, but from non-verbal to verbal, please have a look at it. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'll meet you in the next lecture of Unit 5 itself. Thank you.